Alright, should be... Yep, I see the file. We are recording. So, Talos Principle 2, keys provided by Tinsley PR for Devolver Digital, and let's get into this. Okay, no, I've already done that. There we go. So I kept expecting to hit it, get to the interact a bit closer. I'm just... Yeah. Because I wanna go there, although... What? Ah, that's neat. So you can't actually fast travel to them. But yeah, I want to see if I can find that lab. I'm sorry, I'm just curious. And I'm enough of a completionist for games that I do enjoy, so... Not really a completionist. Unless it is, I genuinely am enjoying game, and if I feel that the stuff is interesting enough to be worthwhile. Sometimes, and like, achievable enough. That's not always the case, though. Was a level of proximity to controlling this. The compass. That also is part of the reason why I don't generally like compasses in games. It also does help on the test system. I'm using my television, which is elevated compared to me, so at least when I'm sitting in my chair, it's one thing if I'm like leaning back and watching a movie or television, but that's not really the case here. Also a little curious. Okay. About some of the stars here. Okay, so there is a question mark there, so maybe that's the lab. I do also... Yeah, that's right, I need to solve a puzzle. Oops, well... And... okay, the question mark is still over there. Yeah, I do kind of remember something about following his flames, right? Which, okay, there's a line there, so. Huh. I don't know. Let's head over here, maybe. I mean, like I said, I just want to figure out the lab thing. Who knows what I'll learn from this is certainly the lab.
There's more of these labs than I expected.
If you find another...
Okay, not entirely sure why that cut off. It does seem like that's it. Oh, and it shows us the quantum thing. Alright. What? Okay, this is poorly written. I understand why the rivers dried out and the rain stopped coming. I will grant we don't... Well, we do kind of, but we don't exactly have the tools for that. But water management, yeah, we got that pretty much figured out. It's more a question of if you have the resources and if you have the will to do so. And because, I mean, it's like that's one thing with California. They don't necessarily manage their water that well, but they certainly have the resources too. They just tend not to apply them in that way. I mean, same thing with a lot of forests in the country that are part of, like, the national parks. So it's the federal government that's supposed to administer them. They should be going through and clearing out brush. I mean, technically they should be doing it by controlled burns, because plenty of those forests expect to burn. That's part of the actual life cycles of the trees and such, and we don't until there's a major fire, and it's a major, major problem then, because we weren't properly, we weren't being proper stewards, essentially. So we have the ability to, it's just don't always do it. Anyway. Okay. Byron. I'm trying to remember where he was. Was she? Did I might not have interacted with them. Okay, so yeah, so there is something here. And by the way, I still feel like pointing. Again, we get this explanation. If I hadn't gone in and explored New Jerusalem, I would not have had the explanation about Cornelius and Eustace. I'm not trying that name. I've said that many times before. I'm still not going to try. That the bodies had been made, but apparently not finished in time. But there's another problem that I have here. The gold disc breathed life into them. The names were that. So then they should have had knowledge of the simulation, but I thought something said that it was only Athena. And even then, here, again, it's when the founder awoke, not Athena. So, I mean, I get how this could just be, it was written by somebody that has already deified her. I get that. Okay. Whereas, like those 12, Byron, she's Athena to him. And that's also interesting. Cornelius was... Okay, so here, we do have Eustace before Cornelius. But then here, it's Cornelius and then Eustace. It is interesting how they sometimes do it alphabetical order, putting Cornelius first, but Eustace is the elder. Anyway. They've also been changing disc. I know, maybe it was in the previous game, where disc was spelled with a K instead of a C. I know it's same difference, but it's still... That should be a style guide kind of thing, where it's like, no, it's always written this way. Anyhow. That should mean then... But where would they have come from on the disc? See, this is that whole thing that... I know I ranted about it with Road to Gehenna. Did I rant about it with this? I'm pretty sure I did. It's just, it's been a while. I'm tired already, and it's late. That it makes no sense, this idea that what we're uploading into Athena is going to be changed from the from the identity that actually achieved ascending the tower, actually achieved ascension. That oh yeah, we're gonna start changing with that. It's like, it could be a very fragile thing, and you tampering with it breaks it. So it's like that's really, really a bad idea. But then this is suggesting that somehow the gold disc had additional AI on there for this, and it's like they would not have been worthy, or they would have been the messengers, which already had names. I mean, it's... I feel like there's either a step missing here, or the writers didn't really think all this through. Yeah. Now, true, this is... Some amount of this is false, it does say. And it honestly could be something like the gold disc is... Well, no, because how it was presented in the original game, there wasn't really a quest. It was presented that the gold disc is what was being uploaded. So things being added to the gold disc, that's what's going into the unit, into the first new human. So yeah, it's... But this does kind of make it seem like maybe the gold disc was something separate. But it was... I remember in Road to Gehenna, but also at the ending of the base game, it referred to being put onto the gold disc, which is why it's a very appropriate assumption that the gold disc is what was uploaded into the robot body. So this is kind of weird, because it's like, where are they coming from? It's... But it is still... Doing whose body... Oh, no, had been... I was reading wrong. So it had been finished. But then this is also... Why would you stop the simulation? If you had the 2 additional bodies, you get 2 more that are worthy. See, it's either there is a missing step here, that these 2... It legitimately... I'm dead serious. I would be tempted that the way I... And this is just me making stuff up. I have no idea. I think you've seen all I'm playing the game. But I would be tempted to say that the founder is not the protagonist of the first game. And that, I know I've already said this, but I'm just in this again because I can talk about it here. That the one who actually got out, the protagonist there, did create 3 new bodies. And one of them made the founder character. That one then awoke these 2 bodies, the 2 that were also made by the original protagonist, and then they went on to do this, and the story, we're basically using that as the start of history. So we don't necessarily know about the original, which I was mentioned when Miranda came up. Maybe Miranda is from that generation, so a precursor to the history that we're being told, or parallel / after, separate from New Jerusalem entirely. We will find out. But it is still this... I'm okay with there being more bodies, but it does provide the issues of, okay, why did the simulation end after the first one, after Athena? Why not have it try to produce 2 more? And put them in there. I was like, in theory, you could have that happen. Technically, within that game, within the original game, you could have just kept going through the Gates of Eternity, so you get a later and later version of yourself, and the ending would still work out the same. And there's no reason why it had to shut down and do. It's either there is more going on here, and maybe I'm guessing at it, maybe I'm not, or this is inconsistent writing. Inconsistent as in things aren't lining up within itself, not inconsistent like it was good here and bad there. Might also be that, but... And it is also, this is, I do too much my own writing and criticizing of stories, my own and others, so it's like, I am asking myself, how would I do this? And it's like, yeah, I would do it this way, because it makes more sense. Because this doesn't make sense. So, yeah, it just... Oh. Hang on, go back. Whatever. I tried to take a screenshot of it. Anyway, now we can go. But yeah, it's... So the funny thing is, a few... And I'll see if I can follow that light there. Actually, no. It was about a month ago. Oh man, there's a funny story going with this as well. I did actually a presentation, because as I said, I've written books, including some science fiction, and I have been offering for, actually it was about a year, to do a presentation for my university, because I'm still connected there with the physics department, a presentation talking about science fiction, how it is, there's value to it even for those studying science fact. Okay, so that's not, I don't know what that, I just don't know. For this is what I'm talking about. That could actually be a bug, even. It shouldn't be, but it could be. One thing that I talked about there that I put into the presentation is, to me, what my definition with science fiction, which this... Actually, I'm not sure if you want to count this as science fiction or fantasy. It certainly has some blending. But anyway, is that you need to be able to explain things. Like, it is fundamentally necessary, in my opinion, for science fiction that you can explain everything. Fantasy, you don't need to. You can hand-wave stuff and have no explanation. But it's like, an example, I think I used it, I don't remember if I did. When practicing, I came up with a lot of potential answers to potential questions. But the Force in Star Wars is magic. I mean, it is. There we go. And if you think in Empire Strikes Back, when Luke and Yoda try to raise the thing, oh no, that's telling me where I am. Try to raise the X-Wing. Science fiction, conservation of force, conservation of momentum, all that, they would have had to have been pushed down with the same amount of force pushing up on the X-Wing. Like, there had to be some balance there. It's magic, though. It's fantasy. Wave your hand, it works this way. Science fiction, you do need to do that, so you need to be able to explain things. Or if that isn't going to happen, why?
Labs, I started thinking, where did all the tech come from?
I do actually want to hear this.
And it turns out the answer is New Alexandria.
Oh.
Wow, I guess that makes sense. After the explosion, the colony was abandoned. Nobody ever went back for all that stuff.
We had enough to deal with. So many dead.
So that's one question answered. But how did they go from scavenged Alexandria tech to all this?
How did we go from nothing to where we are now? Through the application of reason and the right tools.
Wow, that's actually, like, really neat. I kind of like how they did that. You couldn't actually build that. There's no way those four legs would have enough strength to hold that, unless it is incredibly hollow, but it would also have to lose mass, lose density as it's going up. Okay, they're gonna start talking?
Look at the size of that structure.
Yeah.
How does the material support so much weight? Is it the same stuff as the other buildings?
Yeah. I know it looks like some type of concrete, but the molecular structure is completely different. Whatever it is, it's a lot stronger and less brittle.
Are the labs made out of the same material?
No, that's just ordinary concrete. Although it does have some molecular weirdness going on too. Too little variation in the grain.
Okay, so that... Good, I wanted that video. And I do have an issue. And by the way, I love the fact that I'm asking these questions, then they're like, huh, that's exactly what I mean, though, about... I mean, that like perfectly goes into what I was just talking about with the explainability. Is that when I write something in science fiction, I want I will give the explanation such that it makes sense to people. So that if they're asking that question, hey, here's the answer right away. I'm asking the question, and it's still kind of hand wavy. It's like, oh yeah, they just did something that made it like a super concrete. That's good enough. You still need it to probably get a lot lighter as you go up, because that's a lot of mass there. But still, it's like, that's what I mean by explainability, where it's like, this poses a question, here's the answer. Love it. Apparently the tech of these mega structures can be traced back to New Alexandria, which this does piss me off, by the way. Not majorly. I'm just because it's a recurring thing here. New Alexandria was a reference to me before it was explained. That's a major problem. And the fact that if I hadn't talked to I don't remember which one it was. Was it Al? I think it was Alcatraz, who finally told me about New Alexandria. If I hadn't talked to him, because that was optional, I would still have no idea what they're talking about here. At least not specifically. It's like New Alexandria. Okay, I'm guessing another city. Explosion. Okay, what? I mean, yeah. But yeah, apparently the tech of these megastructures can be traced back to New Alexandria by their serial numbers. question. How lucky are we to find serial numbers for what portion of this tech came from there? Okay. Obviously, there should also be new tech, which implies new serial numbers. Legitimately, that is a problem. How do you explain that? And that just happens to be what Melville looked at, which poses a whole nother problem of, okay, why are they still why were they using a tech? I mean, there really are problems here. Okay, I don't see a switch there. So what is this gonna do? Inverter. Yep. Also, I will point out that, I mean, yes, I figured this out. The fact that it was red and blue like that and called an inverter, but it would have been nice if there was something a little bit clearer. Okay, alright. Oh, come on. I was like, the design does kind of suggest what's going on there, but it's still, I mean, I don't know, I think I'm just a little annoyed with how some of the stuff went in Talos Principle and Gehenna, where it's like things weren't explained at all. And it's like, boom, here you go. That is neat. And I
managed to extract an audio file from 1K's data stream incident. It's hard to be sure because it's just a fragment, but I think it's some kind of log or diary.
We finished a new lab today. Some processes are still harder than others, but energy output was up 2,000%. It's incredible how each leap forward enables another. The next iteration of the machine will...
That's exactly how it works.
So as we suspected, someone was experimenting here, but experimenting on what? What was this machine they were building?
Maybe it's whatever powers the megastructure.
Oh yeah, I forgot to... Yeah, I'll hopefully figure that out. That distracted me enough, I forgot what I was talking about. There was a circle back there, now we got two... What? What is up with some of these markings? Okay, so... I think I can say this. I am enjoying the fact that we are getting as much creativity with the laser systems as we are. Oof, this... Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. And I also just realized one thing I should mention. Yep. Hang on. Well, that's true. Once I do this, it'll start working. See? Okay. So yeah, I do like that they are making just heavier use of the lasers. Because the lasers are really approachable, really.
About New Alexandria all the time. But realizing this place was built on its bones just brings it all back even more. We were so optimistic when we started. So full of ourselves. Thought we could accomplish anything. And then, in one single moment, it was all gone. I remember a flash, and then just lying there, realizing that my legs had melted. I tried to pull myself away from the fire, but the servos in my arms were broken. If Eustathius hadn't found me, sorry. Just some old scars.
That's right, hang on. There is a separate note I want to make. After completing a puzzle, all of the barriers are opened, making revisiting them very easy. Also, I do like how the lasers are being more deeply explored in terms of the tools. The RGB, was that converter or shifter? Converter. Converter and an inverter that changes blue to red and vice versa. As I was saying, those are really approachable. Definitely more than the recorder. Even the jammer, in a way, because the jammer is just like a brute force kind of system, so this is more elegant and makes you think more. At least that's my feeling, yeah. So, anyway, reading and getting a drink of water. Hey, I just... Oh, message fragment. For whatever reason, I saw an R there. Well, I guess maybe I was seeing the R after the F, but messenger fragment's like, what? It's part of how it works, though. I mean... Although I'm not sure how much it would have suffered. I mean, just... I don't know if wolves are clean and fast killers. They might be. I think that's an odd way to put it, by our ability to remember. I mean, it's like animals also have some ability to remember. I mean, it's not as great. I think it's... Well, hang on. Okay. See, it's one of those hard things. It's like, how do you really define what super intelligence is? It's like, one could argue that a beaver, that what it takes to build a dam does require a level of intelligence, but we are super intelligent, we are above that. And there is a distinction I kind of like using with the whole machine learning AI stuff. When it's like, yeah, fine, you call that intelligent. We're still super intelligent. It's not a threat to us in any way. I guess some of it is like the beaver builds a dam for its home, and it kind of stops at that. We strive to do more, to achieve more, and that's something you don't necessarily see in the animal kingdom. But one thing become the core of a new biodiversity. Yes and no, because it's also, if we, like I was mentioning in a previous one, I could see cats, actually domestic cats, dying out, because if they were to be freed, what they would feed on, mice and rats, their populations would be very inflated now because of access to our waste, you know, the food and such we throw away. So those populations would collapse. The domestic cat populations that would have to go feral would also collapse, and they would be prey to other animals such as foxes that would probably be a lot more adapted to hunting a cat, wolves as well, also mountain lions and such. You know, it's like larger cats. So it's, some may survive, but I also feel like a lot of them, I could see that being it would be so large that once that the primary food supply, because I am assuming though that rodents would be a primary food supply, that they may actually collapse just because they were too large, and suddenly the food, the majority of the food disappears. Okay. I missed. There we go. There. Okay. I thought I saw a blue over here. Apparently not. Well, in any case, there. Oh, wait, no, I get the idea. So now we take the inverter. I'll bet you need, yep, a red. There. Yeah, this will work fine. Okay, so I just need that. But yeah, I mean, this is awesome. I'm sorry, this is just perfect here. And it's what I'm talking about, using the lasers like this. And it is just, you know, actually, that's probably the better screenshot, because it's like it's showing all three and how from one light source we get everything with the right tools. I really do like that. I really do. Yeah, it could still collapse. I know it can still collapse. But I am very happy with the gameplay design so far. I truly am. But it's like I'm still just in the east section. It's like we still got to get to south, west, and north, and I don't know why, but I feel like that is actually the order they will go in. And I also just remembered I gotta figure out that one thing. Okay. Nope, nothing over there. Where there were lasers connecting the top. Okay, let me just drop that there for a moment. Okay. Huh. That is going to be tricky. Alright, so I need to get a red beam to it. I have to do it that way. Okay, there. So that will keep that open. Yeah, this is it. And I got a message. I will look at it in a moment. Okay. Yep. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, Paris is great and all, but I don't... If they're referring to the French Revolution of... I'm trying to remember when that was. It wasn't long after ours. That's not really one to celebrate much. I mean, it's like, it very rapidly became a terror. I mean, it's... Although it was suppressed by enemies and traitors, it's like, some of them were just labeled as that because they were competitors for power. Yeah. I don't know why, I just felt like looking at this one. But yeah, it's like, And it's also, they had revolutions after that, which really tells you how successful that one was. It also set up Napoleon and such. I mean, it's... There are various ways in which that's not really the one you want to point to. But, to be fair, that it might be kind of a joke on that. In that it is, you know, this is fractured history. Like, it's just what they know. It's not what, here we go. Huh. Okay. Good. Can I? No, I can't. I mean, it does appear to be underneath one of the legs. It's just figuring out the orientation, which is based on that face, that statue there. Okay. That was 4, so I need to head to 5 now. I'm sorry, now I'm just curious about down here. And one thing also just occurred to me, because you can hear frogs croaking. How many insects would die if humanity disappeared? Would you see a population collapse there as well? I'm not sure. That is one I'm genuinely uncertain about. Okay, yes, that's not gonna quite work. That, however... Oh, wait. No, because that's blue. Okay, but that won't get me where I need to. Oh, wait, no, because... Well, actually, no, that this may work partially. Yeah, sure, do that. Okay, so that will just keep that open, though, which... Oh. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. Okay, so... So now I have access to both of these, which means I can pull this out. Okay, so what does that get? Well, I can get this out now. Is that something I want to do? Let me just... Because in theory I can do this. Oh, and then that's open. Okay. Oh, no it's not. Sorry, I couldn't quite see it through the purple. Do that. Okay, so I need to... Got it. Got it. Alright, Alright. So I need to get blue over there and red over there. This is a tricky one. Because I can only get red out of this. And here, we can actually do that. I can only get red out of this. I'm wondering what exactly this enables for me, though. Well, okay, it's a way for me to get that over there, and that over here. Alright. Not certain, but I feel like that's what I gotta try doing here. Okay, that actually is probably a great place for that one. If what I want to try is gonna work. Okay, there. Get that. Okay, that did work. Cool. I had just a measure of uncertainty.
I sent the drone to have a look at one of the other puzzle clusters.
What drone?
It seems they remain inert until they're connected. I uploaded the pictures to the log.
Should we check them out with the VTOL?
Let's conserve fuel as much as we can. There's no point in going there if it's all dead.
To the North Island. And that does make sense. It may also imply further that this is intended for us to come to it. Okay. Yep, just keep coming to 5. Okay. Uh-huh. How... Huh. Alright. Okay. No, it's this. And then this. That technically isn't all that needed, but it's... Oh, wait, no, because I do still need to get that down, which, boy. Wait, no, this'll work. It's just... Now that is powering it, so I can do that. So my idea was right, I just had the order wrong. There. Okay. There, and yeah, those are open. Okay. Now, that actually looks to be the closest. And it looks like it might be another triangle. Yep. Pre-connected. Okay. Well, I need to do that, which doesn't get me anything over there. That's not very pre-connected. Okay. Okay, so I can do all this. Okay, so I can then get a light through, but how... Okay. No, I see now. Because I didn't... No, I don't. I don't see how to do that. I'm missing something. It's like I need another weight. Because once that's off, see? I mean, it's not like I can do that and that gets me anything. Because I can't get there. I mean, in theory, I could get this. Oh, wow, you actually can. I'm kind of surprised by that. There. There. Because now it's open. Oh, yeah. That was stupid of me. Okay, that's fine. This will work. Sort of. It still is kind of weird, but... Yeah. Okay, hang on. Alright, okay. That even work? It actually can't. But I still need to figure out how I can get to there. Because this blocks that. Maybe? Yep, okay. That's the idea. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. No, I have that. Okay, got it. There. But that then did shut... Oh, man. This one is kind of mean. See, I want to get the driller over here, because that will let me hit that, so this, I can hit that, and then that can keep it open. But the problem is I need that one so heavily. There. Okay. Okay, so I now have that working. I didn't think that angle was... I just didn't think. But that I would be able to quite get some of those angles. I'm still okay with this one, but oof. not the happiest with it, but I am okay with it. Like, I can't say that this is bad design. Well, this angle here is what I'm really unhappy about. Just how tight an angle that is. Like, if this were even half the width here, I would be much happier with it. Legitimately, that's where I am with it. Okay, and which one was this? Oh no, that was a triangle. That's right. So what's 6 would be next? We've got something right here, apparently. Right here. It's like a lab.
Every site we've investigated has had one of these labs.
I'm gonna drink
But
water.
they seem primitive compared to some of the technology we're seeing above ground.
Are we even sure that the labs and the puzzles belong to the same people?
There seems to be a connection between the experimental setups in the labs and some of the puzzle technology.
Yes.
Correlation does not necessarily imply causation, though.
True. But just because we don't understand the connection, that doesn't mean it's not there. What we have here is two things that reflect each other. We just don't understand how that reflection works or what causes it.
Maybe Miranda can tell us.
And it could be something like, these are ancient experiments that then the new humans encountered and figured out how to rebuild on a much larger level. I mean, that's not unreasonable. It really isn't. Although we have not encountered this yet. Yeah, I guess going back to the Pandora thing, you could liken the whole situation to that tale. In that suffering was brought onto human existence, if you want to say by the curiosity of people to continue pushing, and that leading to the release of the I'm sorry, it's totally fictitious. It's a stupid trope of this hyper contagious and hyper deadly illness. It's a stupid thing. Anyhow, that's akin to opening the box. But then, what did the team do with Alexander Drennan? They created hope that was then sealed away in a box in a computer until it was ready to enter into the world. I mean, it's like that is part of how that story actually goes. So one thing I just want to add with this, I mentioned in the previous part, the Pandora's box serves as the end of the Golden Age of Man in Greco-Roman mythology. And I also described that the Golden Age man lived, if not immortal, a truly long period of time, a very, very long period of time. So, in a way, this could, the idea that, has achieved immortality, it's almost flipped. In that after the Golden Age, men lived shorter lives, this kind of flipped, is what's suggesting there. And technically, I mean, all these people live, all the new humans live for centuries, many centuries, so they are kind of a return to the Golden Age in that sense. But there's also the distinction that humans, we can achieve immortality by many ways. One is works, but another is children. Golden Age men could not, because there were no women, there were no children. So you could actually see Pandora being the first woman, that, it's the Hope being protected by her. It was her charge to protect Hope in that box. That could be an analogy to children, that the mother is the first protector of the child and must protect it until it is ready to be born into the world where, yes, there is suffering, but the child will hopefully, especially if raised well, have the strength to face that suffering, endure, have more children, and thus immortality is achieved like that. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, so this... And it is green. Okay. And I am turned around, by the way. That was a little weird. I'm really unsure where I'm going. Okay, there's that. But yeah, it is just one of those things that at one point when thinking about Pandora, which I had to do for a story of mine 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been thinking about this. That if you do take it as that interpretation that I gave, that it is basically telling the story of the first woman, but also of, motherhood, essentially, in there. Some people will try to describe the story of Pandora, as misogynistic, because it is casting her in a poor light, but it's like, she's also the first wife, well, the first woman, the first wife, and ostensibly the first mother. There is a lot of positive stuff right there. And that, yes, there might be all the suffering, but you also have children, and is that not still worth it? Like, that is a way of achieving immortality, as I said, that the Golden Age men potentially had, but it was also, they were stagnant, right? So, yeah, I don't know if that's an interpretation I've ever heard of elsewhere. Maybe it is, and I just remembered it, kind of thing.
The rotting remains of the old world should fill me with melancholy. Even here on this remote island, our ancestors could not escape their fate. And yet, I find there is something pathetic about these ruins that evokes anger and even contempt. I feel it is a mistake to accept this catastrophe with equanimity. What we see here should offend us. When witnessing this triumph of entropy, we should aspire to a warrior spirit, even a kind of hate of the past and its failures that will never allow such a thing to happen again.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so that keeps it open. What does this do? Or is this just... Okay, so this is just like another way of keeping it open. Got it. Okay, and then I can do that. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, what does this achieve? Oh, hang on. Okay, not quite. Damn it. No, this actually doesn't work. Hang on. There. I need this further back. Okay. We are good. So now I can do this. Plop. And this. Plop. Not entering it yet. Got more to do. Oh, there it is. And also, where's the head? Still haven't figured that out. You know, there's a lot more water, and you definitely can run through it a lot more. It really disappoints me that there is no interaction with it. What are you doing? Remnants of the past discover a trace of what happened on the island.
To discover on this island that sometimes it overwhelms me. Every lake, every forest contains an incredible, interconnected, permanently changing network of organisms. And every one of those organisms is almost infinitely complex and contains other organisms within itself. It seems impossible to ever really grasp, but then, step by step, I do understand. It takes time and effort, but it's not impossible. And there's a lot of joy to be found in simply taking the time to truly study something. I spent 5 years studying a single flower, and it never got boring.
Oh, and I didn't even notice that one. Okay. What? Oh, yeah, hang on. This isn't gonna work, is it? Oh. No. Oh, no, I need to get back in here. Okay. Oh. That's not necessary. Unless I can find an RGB converter in here.
I can't even get my brain to think like that.
Because that wants a different color. Oh, wait, that's right. Everything is now open. See, I need that to be blue. Green, I mean. Wait a minute. Where's that beam even going? Because that looks like the next one there. It's up above. Maybe the converter is built into the thing. Huh. Find out. Hello. Okay. That won't get up very high. Okay, there. Okay, then we'll just do it this way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nope, hang on. There. I do also need that connection. I forgot about that. There, so now it's stable. Okay, so I do need somehow to get... Well, that won't work there. Would be really nice is if I could figure out a way to get the box out of here. What was the name of this one? No, that's not helping. And I know that this won't work, but it's... The hell? Why did that get broken? I guess that is true, though. Oh, wait. Well, yeah. Okay. Doing that, I don't need that. So I can get the blue back to that. Whoop-de-doo. Like, that doesn't get me anywhere. No, that what I already have had set up. But I'm just gonna get this set up again. There's oh man. I do not especially like this idea. It might work, but that doesn't mean I like it. Especially since that's in the wrong spot. That won't... Oh wait, maybe it will. Son of a bitch, it will. Wow. Okay. Damn it! Okay. So... No, that doesn't work. Okay. Wait. Holy crap, that's it. Okay. Alright. There. There. Now hit that. So that goes up. There we go. Ooh. That one... That is tricky. I'm not... I don't like this. How tight the... Like, how far back I had to go, but... At least I must acknowledge this. Positional interchange. Yeah, because you need to change that and that. Ooh. Alright. Now... Oh wait, hang on just a sec. There. that's done. Oh no, it isn't. It isn't something up there. Okay. Should have looked like there was something up there, though. Well, at least could have been something up there. Take that. Ah, perfect. There's the guy. So it'll be under there somewhere. But let's visit this first. Yeah, it's not getting that late yet. Yep.
Just when I thought we'd found all the weird stuff.
All right. So 456 E657 is Miranda?
So, humanity is great. I really believe that. And that's why I'm here. But I have to be honest with you, individual people, not always my favorite. I'm not the smartest guy ever, and I know that. But there are some people, man, some people are just so dumb. I don't even know if they're actually conscious. Sometimes I think their whole lives might be like a dream. They're just stumbling around, no idea what's going on, mumbling some random nonsense. And the thing you have to understand about our time period is that a lot of these people wield enormous power. They run whole countries and corporations. Yeah, that's right. We've handed over our civilization to people I wouldn't trust to tie their own shoelaces. And if they're dumb, then what are we?
Oh, well, yeah.
Honestly have an answer to that, so just please try to do better.
So there's a story with Albert Einstein that they had to paint the front door of his house red because he would forget where he lived. And it was, so, like, he wouldn't remember the address, so it's just, look for the house with the red door. You could argue you could not trust him to tie his own shoes there, but it's frickin' Einstein, okay? So, I mean, it's... I understand his point and his frustration, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you don't really want to go down that route. It gets a little complicated. Come on, let's start talking. Here we go.
Hey, 1K. Going on what little we have, honestly, she reminds me of myself when I'd just been born. I came out from the dam at night, and the sky was full of stars. I felt a reverence then, an almost ecstatic connection to the sublime. The universe seemed like a miracle, and to exist within it was the greatest possible honor. That view was tempered in time, but I've always tried to hold on to as much of it as I could. We made two fatal mistakes in New Alexandria. One was trusting the texts of our ancestors without thinking for ourselves. The other was giving up instead of doubling down, letting the tragedy define our future. It's clear that there's some kind of antagonistic force in this place, something that doesn't want us to discover the purpose of the megastructure. Perhaps that's part of the testing. Or perhaps it's what's responsible for this state of decay. That's a good question.
I was actually just thinking this and wanted to give an answer,
Prometheus is often taken to represent freedom and progress, the ideals of the radical Enlightenment.
Yeah.
Pandora, on the other hand, usually represents the dangers of those very ideals, so they're counterparts, in a way. And the Sphinx, The Sphinx is a mystery.
Literally.
Does that mean that these entities correspond to these concepts? Perhaps. They certainly seem to act like it. But Athena isn't the goddess of Athens, and I'm not Robert Byron, although those are the origins of our names. Where does myth end and history begin? We'll have to find out.
But like I said, I mean, it's like that point there. I mean, you could argue that that is part of the, how I said, some take the Pandora myth as an indication of misogyny. And it's like, that's, if you view it that way, yeah, it does kind of align with that. But it's still, I do think that you can have other ways of looking at it. Okay, so yeah, I gotta figure out how to get a green laser to hit some of this stuff. But that's the second one, so I'm just like trying to follow it. Oh wait, I'm also trying to figure out the head was over there and did seem to indicate it was underneath this leg, in fact. I'm pretty sure it was like, well, that would be, yeah, that's it. I really don't like that you can't zoom in on this. Oh wait, there's a pond there. Hang on, I'm too far. I was taking that too literally. So in theory, it should actually be like right here. Yeah, they really should allow you to zoom in on that thing. So there, the hands tree. This right here might be a pond, but I mean, it's. Why are you not allowed to zoom in? Oh, that's interesting. You right click and then pull like that. Alright, yeah, let's see what this is. Yeah, there's just no way to zoom in on this. I also don't remember which one it's from. I mean, it certainly does. Because in rock wall here, it certainly does look like it's pointing to the bank right here. But there's nothing here. I mean, I'll try looking up here, but I don't think so. Well, I will at least try to solve the other one. The one with the light beams. Just... Okay. Son of a bitch. This son of a bitch is because there is another that I'm supposed to connect it to. Which, true, is kind of what happened before. Okay, so that's it. So maybe that is supposed to be blue. Where is the ultimate destination? Okay, it's over here. Yes, okay. Oh, hello. Let's talk.
I've been meaning to talk to you.
Cool.
This vision you had, the data stream overload. How did it feel?
How would I know? I mean, as a person, how would I know? Yeah, let's go with that.
Don't you worry that maybe your first impression was correct? And after that, your mind was basically being hijacked? Is there a difference? Either way, an external force influenced your thoughts. It affected your mind.
Well, so it was a good book.
Too lightly, okay? Go ahead. It's pretty clear to me that she doesn't want us to proceed with what we're doing. I find that deeply concerning. That said, there are clearly other forces at play here as well, so I'm trying my best to remain open to a more positive interpretation.
Exactly what I was going to point out,
Exactly. Yes. But we don't really understand anything yet, and this Prometheus is suspiciously absent, so I remain cautious.
Okay, no, that's fair. He is a cautious person, and I at least he was willing to acknowledge that. Yeah, Pandora said this. Well, Prometheus said this other thing. So it's like, you know, there are both these voices here. I'm good with that. Okay, so wait, where was the blue? There it is. But where? Okay, so I can get green here. Question is, where do I want to connect this to? I don't think I can reach that thing, but I mean, at least it is a... Oh, well, hang on. At least it is a I can connect. I can get green here, so. Which also, that is interesting, because technically this frees up both of those. And it's also, and you know what, hang on just a second. Okay, so green doesn't do anything. Got it. With the inverter. That's fine, that's fine. Yep, no. There. I mean, in theory, I could also use this as the start, kinda? I don't know. Like, I could try to feed it back. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. There. Oh. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, that's right. It'll go to halfway. Because I know I want the green. I just don't know if I can, going this way, point it back to the other thing. I need to just chase it down, basically. But it is, you don't know necessarily which way, but I can't really remember having anywhere else that I was producing green, so it makes sense that that is where I actually needed to start. And by the way, I want to add one thing, because with some of the stars, especially in Road to Gehenna, but even in the base game of the Talos Principle, I didn't have much interest in them. Like, I actually did a lot of them where I just went through a guide. I needed to get screenshots, so I used that as my excuse. But still a bit further. I feel more interested in doing these, because these aren't as... How the hell did someone think of these like some of the stars were, so... There. Alright. So... How might I be able to connect that over there? See, at this point, I do feel I need to focus on this to find... I doubt it. I'll try. But I doubt that there's one in here. I feel like this is low enough that there are walls that are going to prevent me from doing that. Yeah, there's no angle actually to either, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Okay, no, so that is up higher. I'm taking an actual screenshot of this, because that I can look at much more closely. Okay, but that was technically the wrong one. So where's the right one? The one that I want to connect the green to. I feel like I've almost gone around the island, so gotta be coming up to it. Seriously, where is it? Oh man, see, this is another reason why you really need the mini-maps. Okay. And it is I thought it was nearby. Where it was here, where it was like, where I started the green. Oh, hello. We can talk.
Yes? New Alexandria. What a mess. It was an attempt to start a new city, but it went about as sideways as it goes. Gas explosion, more than 30 dead, unrecoverable. Al was there for the whole thing. Because the whole place was abandoned. Byron insisted that we had to rebuild, but for the survivors, it was just too traumatic to deal with. So I guess that stuff was just lying around for someone to pick up.
Okay. Is this it? That one there? Like I said, I thought it was near this one, but I might have also been misinterpreting it. I might have been thinking I was looking at the one that needed it, but that's actually the one with the base there. So that's not it. Yeah, because that's not Pandora. That's the Sphinx. Okay, but I feel like back here, hang on. Okay, there. No, I wasn't seeing it. I thought I saw it on the minimap, on the compass. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to head over in this direction to where the green has ended. It's like if I have it backwards, then in theory okay, might be. I don't think I've turned. No. Okay, so this is it. Right there. The box is on that side. So I'll need to use something in here potentially. Okay. Did this have? Yes, it did. It did have a lens. Okay. So, there. And... oh, here for now. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. There. Perfect. Yeah, so I had that backwards. That's why I was so confused there. Alright, so I'll just pick this up. Then we can enter into this main structure, and yeah.
The hunter does not hunt because he is hungry. He hunts because he revels in death.
And he's hungry. And there's also sport. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's a very declarative statement that is not true. But for many hunters, it's not even just going to be, revel in death. It's the thrill of the hunt is about the death. It's about outwitting the opponent. It's about seeing it as a competition there. It's like that's why nature photographers are in some ways hunters. But that's not something that many people would take too much issue with. What? This is confusing. So it's just, really forced here? What they gotta be? I mean, I can't complain too much. It was really annoying how something was working. Sorry, I wanted to use the scroll wheel to rotate them. No, that's not gonna do it. Okay. This will work, though. There we go. Alright. Now, is this Prometheus? Nope, Sphinx again. Okay.
When the craftsman Daedalus was imprisoned in the very labyrinth he had created, his only solace was his son, Icarus. To escape their plight, he fashioned wings of feathers and wax. He warned his son to fly neither too high nor too low, but his son, enraptured by the freedom of flight, flew too close to the sun. Thus the wax in his wings melted, and he fell to his death. What was the sun's error?
I actually want to go with one of these two. He didn't build it though. His father did. So it's Icarus's sin, you could say, here was the carelessness.
Daedalus who was careless, giving the wings to Icarus, knowing that all young men are rash.
Not all young men are rash.
After the death of his son, Daedalus withdrew in sorrow to a foreign land. King Minos came looking for the craftsman to exact his revenge. The answer to a riddle revealed where Daedalus dwelled. But for Minos, that answer was his ruin. Consider King Minos burned in his bath as you seek your own answer.
The megastructure, it's opening.
3 receivers, 3 towers, 3 beams, as we suspected. I think this is an invitation.
Doesn't look that inviting to me.
If you consider the size of the entire structure, then that opening must be big enough to drive a building through.
Or the VTOL.
You want us to go in there, into the creepy triangular maw of death?
Maw of death? I think it looks charming.
Byron's right. We're here to explore, and this is a mystery worth investigating.
And we've earned it.
This technology could change everything.
Oh, all right. I'm not winning this, am I?
Nope. Let's meet up with the VTOL, everybody. We're going in.
Okay, I'm saving that video, but I might be saving another very shortly. We shall see. Yeah, travel to the megastructure. Was that first one green? Last one was blue. This is red. Was the first one green? I don't remember.
By the way, I finished my analysis of the particle clouds. At first I thought they might be some kind of nanotechnology, but I was wrong. It's a lot worse than that. What we're looking at is a completely unknown type and state of matter.
How's that worse?
Completely inexplicable within our understanding of physics.
Yes, it was. The first one was green.
Manipulated by someone.
Fascinating.
Alright. I will be stopping soon, but let's
take us in.
Let's get there.
Aye, aye, sir.
Have any of you ever read an ancient writer called Ian Banks? I guess not. He postulated the concept of the outside context problem. That's when a society encounters something so advanced, so different, that they simply could not have conceived of it. That's what this is. This whole place is one giant outside context problem. And we're headed right into it.
Isn't that fun? I'm sorry, I would respond that way. I mean, it's like, isn't this cool?
I think I can set down over there.
I hope so.
Should I?
Please do. I can't wait to get a closer look.
Setting down.
Okay, everyone. We need to explore as much as we can, separately if need be, but stay in touch. Record anything interesting you find, and pay special attention to any clues as to who built this place and why.
The schematics we found in that lab were extremely incomplete. So if you can find any more of those, that would be great.
I think someone should stay at the VTOL just in case.
I volunteer you. See you later, Al.
I was tempted to stop, but you know what? I'm actually gonna keep going. And I had to take a picture of that because that does indicate the new humans. Very much. But it's like, no, I thought that this was going to be like the start of a new thing. New chapter, new part, whatever they were being labeled. So it's not. But let's keep going. Maybe we'll find that. Oh wait, there's a door here. It's probably not open. Yeah, it's an elevator actually. Oh, and a glass door in front of it. Oh. Yakut is gonna scan that. I'm gonna go this way because light. And that's obvious in traditional visual cue in video games.
Hold on a second, 1K. I think I can find an override for that door.
Maybe after that, you can help me with this elevator?
There's an elevator.
One problem at a time. What's going on with these file structures? Okay, door should be opening.
Thank you.
Now, about the elevator.
Actually, the elevator's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No idea where I am, but it's working.
Don't go too far. Try to circle back.
On it.
I am totally not paying attention to that. Don't go too far. I will go as far as I want, Byron. Hello?
Hey, 1K, can we talk for a second?
How did you end up here?
That whole thing with the elevator just gave me the creeps. When we first arrived here, I was really excited. It's such a huge place. The technology is so advanced. If we figure out what it all means, we could really change the future of New Jerusalem. The mayor says we have to avoid repeating the mistakes our ancestors made, to stay humble, to not reach too far. And that sounds very abstract, but I've seen the ancient cities. I've seen how much they built, how much they grew, how far they fell. So I've been thinking, what if all this sets us on the same path? What if this is too much power for anyone to control?
This is also true, but I feel like there is greater nuance, so...
So what do you think it was? What made our ancestors destroy themselves?
That is true.
I mean, they did survive for thousands and thousands of years before this happened. But what if we get unlucky one day too? I have to think about this. Thanks for talking to me, 1K. I know we're in the middle of something, but I kind of needed that.
Let's try to start moving a bit more quick. What the hell is this thing? Seriously, Yakut, you're just gonna run right by this? I mean, it's just floating there. Come on. Is Yakut? Yeah, it's still Yakut. And we got that now. Great.
Looks like another set of puzzles. Same pattern, 1 gate, 3 receivers. Like some sort of fractal symmetry.
Okay, but how do I get to them? I mean, Oh, no, we do in fact just have the pieces here already. No, there. Come on, there we go. That's not gonna do it. Okay. Nope, okay. Oh no, that is it, okay. Make the 3 beams, I need to do this stuff first.
I keep getting locked out of parts of the system. I think I've tracked down some more schematics, though. Let's see. This might do something. Or not.
There we go. Okay. Now, let me check out what is up here first. See, one thing weird is I don't know how interconnected any of this may or may not be. Okay, this is quite interconnected.
This is madness. Even the walls are bursting with power.
Where is this taking? Okay, this looks like something I might be able to do. I also might not. We shall see. Okay. So what am I trying to do here? Okay, I need to get a blue there. Got it. There it is. Okay, and that is going underneath it. Okay.
Good job, 1K.
I wonder how far down this goes.
I don't want to find out. Okay, so... Oh, crap. Let's look over here now. Oh no, that will actually pass through. I didn't think it would. Okay. So that's just a shortcut, it seems. Okay, no, that was in fact the puzzle to do this. Alright. So what next? I need to work backwards. let go of the mouse, so that's why I slowed down. I stopped running. Okay, let's... actually want to do both of these. Ah, son of a... Didn't realize that wasn't gonna lock them in. Did that one. Lock it in. Oh, okay. Yeah. And lock it in. Let's head back over there, see if we can get that figured out. Oh, yeah, now I actually see the big blue laser. Feel a lot more comfortable. Alright. Still got no idea what the idea is here, but... nope. That. Well, that's not gonna do it. Okay, I think... yep, that's it. Alright. There. Ah. This one is just slightly misaligned. There. Yeah, they definitely have you needing to do the keep connections a lot. Okay, so with that open... okay, the lever's over here.
The gate's open. 1K if you want to. Go ahead. I'll finish up scanning this.
You know, I kind of like that I did this one last, because just how it also involves all three colors. It just, you know, seems kind of complete with what I was also trying to achieve. I've intentionally slowed down, by the way, so that, you know, can maybe enjoy this a little bit. Oh, okay. Sorry, with the icon there, I'm looking forward. I'm not looking to the left and nosing the stairs. Or to the right, I guess. Huh. Yeah, I want that screenshot. And let's see how bad this ends up going.
Mother? What are you thinking about, Mother?
The Talos Principle. You see, it has two applications. One is to the self. It means facing the truth even if it frightens us. Understanding that living beings are machines and we can't afford to lie to ourselves. But that's just the beginning. The second application is to the world. This one seems easier at first. It's less difficult to understand that the universe is a machine, governed by laws.
So we and the universe are the same?
No, and that's the crucial part. We are conscious. Consciousness is rare, unlikely, but it's also the foundation of everything else.
Okay.
Without us, there can be no meaning.
Athena's body is
Someone
different.
to perceive it. The beauty of the universe is pointless. But that shouldn't make us arrogant. No, in fact, it means we carry a tremendous responsibility.
Even the feet.
We are the light of the cosmos. And if we go out, there will be nothing but a cold, dark machine.
Athena?
The founder was here?
She could still be here. What if this is why she left, to build all this? We have to look for her.
I'm reading some pretty big energy spikes. I think we better scramble.
But she could be right here, right behind the next door. I could turn around a corner and walk right into her.
If she's really here, she'll still be here when we come back. But right now, safety needs to come first. Let's go, Byron.
You're... Oh. Damn you, but you're right. Heading back.
Notice... Hang on just a second. There, okay, wanted to save that video too. Miranda called her mother. None of the others have called Athena that. They call her founder. Okay, and also the model was different. The like robot model was different. The body was different.
I think so.
So
It was her. For years, I've wondered what happened to her, why she left, where she went, why she didn't tell me.
If the answers are here, I promise you we'll find them. We just have to be careful. Follow protocol.
I still can't believe the founder built this place. Has she been here the whole time?
We don't know that she actually built it. All we know for sure is that she was here at some point.
Of course she built this. Who else would have the kind of vision necessary to accomplish something like this? The question
Miranda?
is why? And why like this? Why recreate all these aspects of the simulation? What is she trying to tell us?
It does seem like it might be a test. I can't imagine any other explanation. But why is it so broken? Or does it just appear to be broken so that we have to learn how to fix it?
that could be the answer.
This.
Well, I know one thing for sure. everyone in New Jerusalem is going to go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I gotta hit this, though. I'm just gonna keep going. We are definitely coming back, so I'm sure I'd be able to check on any other things then. But no, it could be that this was to ascend us again. You know,
take us back to base camp here.
This meant very much to be like the original simulation.
I'm getting some new readings. Looks like 2 of the northern sites are lighting up.
I think that may have been me. I suspect the puzzles are somehow tied to the transport system, like we're supposed to solve them in a particular order.
I'm sorry, that is neat looking. I mean, it's almost like crap, what are they actually called? The beacons between Gondor and Rohan? Especially because you literally have some on mountains like that. It's just... It is neat. And I'm guessing that we will be able to go back in there eventually. So, we have to, right?
Alright, everyone. Our main objective is getting back into the megastructure. 1K, I want you on puzzles. You seem to have a knack for them. But the rest of us can't neglect our secondary objectives of studying this island and understanding this technology.
Okay. Okay, I really do need to be stopping, but I am very curious. I want to... It needed more than... It would be 6 so far, but I just want to check. But still, Miranda called her mother. Byron doesn't seem to treat her as that. Oh no, it is. Okay. So maybe that opens up by something else. Alright, I'm not going to worry about it then. The gold doors will wait. But yeah, Byron... He seems to have a love for her, but not necessarily... They're the first companions. Miranda is apparently a daughter. So... I do... Oh yeah, I really need to make that note. Miranda called Athena mother, which is a sharp difference from first companions. Also, Athena's body style is very different from the others, including Miranda. This does imply separate generations of the robots that might go beyond just what humans built and what the new humans built. So I'm just trying to think, what do I want to... I'm still not locked into that Miranda came about after New Jerusalem. Not locked in. It is possible. It is very possible, but I'm not locked into it because we have no idea when that recording is from. We also don't know where it's from. I'm not sure why they're like, oh, it has to be here. It's like, some of the stuff that's on those terminals I remember from the Talos Principle. And some of it is new, but it's like, how did any of it get there? It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the location came up. It could be it was put there. So, and also, yeah, there was even the question with the one guy, is this a recording, a message from the guy who liked to travel a lot and just observe nature? There's a question of, was that one that he had actually provided to New Jerusalem or not before? It's like, that being a question does mean that you are able to move them around. That it's not, the messages have to be on the terminals nearest where they originated. But it is possible that Athena, I mean, it's mother. We don't really know how any of these AI came into being. Any of the other AI came into being. That is something that has not been touched on at all. Well, the gold disc, but that only explains first 12, not 1K. And even then, I have some questions that I'm not sure if that's completely the answer. So it could be that Miranda is meant to actually be a daughter versus just another AI, which technically would be like a sibling. Yeah, because also I guess I've been having the discussions with others, but it's been more of as an equal. Like, that's how I'm learning, whereas Miranda was being taught by Athena there. But I don't know. But I very much do think that Miranda calling her mother is significant. And I'm also just trying to think, have we seen Cornelius or Eustace? Because the different body design, I think, is also significant. Because it could be, it could even be that Miranda was before New Jerusalem. That Athena built Miranda and then built Cornelius and Eustace, and maybe Miranda was gone for whatever reason at that point. In fact, yeah, that could even be it. Athena created Miranda first, and this is just spitballing, created Miranda first. Miranda had that spirit to continue to develop, continue to explore, and so left. But Athena had to stay. Athena then created Cornelius and Eustace, didn't talk about Miranda. The three then, and it could even be using the gold disc, whereas maybe Miranda is more a direct descendant from the Athena AI. So past that, so she then made these two with the gold disc. They then made the 10 more for the 12. And then New Jerusalem got going, and she needed to go after Miranda. She needed to find her, so she left. That could even be it. And then New Jerusalem, I'm not sure exactly with that and what the goal was for the 1,000, unless it was just she figured that it would take 1,000, it would take that length of time and that number of them to finally reach one that could succeed as Miranda had, or she hoped Miranda had by that time. I don't know, but I could still I am biased. I will admit I am biased towards my own ideas, but I do think it is still possible that Miranda is older than the others. And I just laid out how that could work, because some of this does feel like it's mainly because of the founder stuff and the deifying of her, that it's just different enough that I could see it being that, no, there are different histories here. There's the real one and there's the one they want you to know. Because they want to validate deifying her, because then that validates obsessing over the goal. If it's just she's the same as everyone else, then the goal is the same as anyone else's goal. It would be lowercase g instead of capital G, which would also mean then that the Herman, the mayor, would have less power because the goals succeeded. Alright, well, we all have goals that we eventually succeed at, then what? Like, we need that next step. So yeah. The story is engaging me. It is, it's different from in the first game, though. In the first game, it was engaging me through argument. Here it's engaging me more with mystery, which still does kind of have a close, well, yeah, okay. I can put this a little bit more clearly. It still is more like a generic video game, in that this kind of stuff, this kind of storytelling, is much more what you'd find in an arbitrary video game. I am liking it, though. I am not saying that it's more like a generic video game story to bring it down. No. That's purely a descriptor here. I am enjoying it. It's got the issues, but I am still enjoying it. And also being out of New Jerusalem really helps. Although there's the storytelling issue with New Alexandria. The Talos Principle, though, its story was so that is not at all a generic video game story. So that's just so different, and it also engaged me, but engaged me in a different way. So this is a bit closer to what I expect out of a video game story, but I am still liking it. The issues that I mentioned, well, obviously I have to make it into the review because they are significant issues. But at least at this point, engagement is not one. I think definitely at the first part when I was talking with all the people in New Jerusalem, engagement was an issue for me. That I just didn't care so much. I mean, it's kind of like my issue with Road to Gehenna, where I didn't care about these people. Why should I care? I didn't feel engaging with them in a way that was enriching. So yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting. So yeah, I gotta stop. It's just I'm back at work tomorrow, so my ability to do more in this is gonna be curtailed some. But hey, that's how it goes. Although I could look it up, in theory. What do you think? So, east, everything was lasers. What do you think north is going to be? Are we going to see boxes? Well, some variation to the boxes, some variation to, I hope not the recorder, or something new. Could be interesting. And one thing did just occur to me. Actually, yeah, that's worth making the note on. Okay. These structures and puzzles are reminding me. I'd want to say reminiscent, but I don't actually remember how to spell that. Of the puzzles, well, of the simulation puzzles from TP1. Based on how the new humans speak, including Byron of the first companions, they are not familiar with the simulation. Also, at some point, someone stated that they came from the gold disc without knowing the simulation, so these new humans should not have been able to build these new puzzles. Miranda, if a daughter of Athena, well, a more direct daughter of Athena, perhaps did inherit her knowledge of the simulation, or was even put through the simulation in some way, making her able to craft these puzzles. That has been a point that I know I mentioned earlier, but I kind of forgot it because it hasn't come up recently. But they have been talking about how, are these like in the simulation? I don't know. Never been in there. It seems like what we have in the museum. But it's still, Miranda is special. Maybe that's part of how she's special. Maybe she does in fact know the simulation while no one else does. And I don't even think it was implied. Well, no, Cornelius and Eustace also came from the gold disc. They weren't necessarily ever in the simulation. What if she did? And maybe that's even it. That she remade the simulation to get a new AI, put herself in, so it's like the next generation from her. So it would exist as a daughter then, or a child in general. Could also have been a son, but would have been a child of Athena. The next generation from there. She got out, put into this body that Athena made, and then had that nature to strive for more. And then for whatever reason, Athena decided gonna just use the gold disc. That is reasonable and would explain why the puzzles are like the simulation, but no one from New Jerusalem seems to really understand them. That would explain it. So yeah, I'm gonna add that as well. Perhaps I like, by the way, doing this kind of stuff. Anyway. Perhaps Miranda is the next generation AI from the simulation. Like Athena copied herself into it and let it iterate again, creating an actual daughter who she then put into her new body. Miranda left. Eventually Athena made new bodies, but then he used the gold disc to fill them. Yeah, more or less. Instead of the simulation. Then later left to go after Miranda. Why would Miranda's existence not be known to the other new humans? Perhaps because they, being from the disc, are inferior. I mean, it's actually not unreasonable that they would be inferior, having not gone through the simulation. And having incorporated Elohim and perhaps Milton. I mean, it's not unreasonable that Milton is also influencing them, because how he was so obsessed with observable fact and nothing else, which is definitely how some of them are behaving. So Milton has had an influence. So anyhow, they being from the disc on inferior, having not gone through the simulation, and having incorporated Elohim and perhaps Milton, and Athena wished to keep them separate until they might be ready, which might be at unit 1000. Which I think I did also speculate on that earlier, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy this. And to me, this is part of engagement in a story if I start trying to figure out what might be the next thing. I mean, it's, as I said, I write stories, I'm critical of them. It's in part enabling me to do that. And actually, hang on, I want to quickly look at something. Okay, so yeah, none there. Okay. I was just curious what it was showing there. So, okay, a quarter of the puzzle's done, a quarter of the additional triangle puzzle's done. I don't think I have those open yet. And then a quarter of the lab's done, so okay. That all makes sense. But yeah, so it is just... I get that some people, that isn't how they engage with games, with stories, but it does with me, that speculation. I like it. And also part of it is... Some of this... I am trying to address inconsistencies in the story, errors, plot holes in the story. But I also see it as this idea that I was just writing down. To me, sure, I'm biased, but it's my review. Go read somebody else's if you want, or watch somebody else's if you want. But for me, this would give it validity. Like, this would be something that I could then explain. I wouldn't write it this way. I might definitely clean up some of the timeline of when you learn things, but it still is. This gives me satisfaction because, okay, how would I do it if I were writing the story kind of stuff? And that is satisfying to me. That's part of the reason why I am critical of other stories. whether it's a movie, a book, or a video game, because it helps me engage and start finding the issues there, and it's like, okay, how would I do it better? And then with video games, you know, I'll try to stop talking after this. But how I try to describe it sometimes is my goal is not always to review, but to critique, to not only say the things I like and don't like, but why I like them, why I don't like them. So that in theory, somebody could read that and learn from it and potentially make things better. Yeah. That actually does make me think of one thing to add. The inter-puzzle things to get the stars are not that bad to figure out compared to TP1, which I'm very happy about. They are still tricky, but far more approachable. Because, I mean, legitimately, some of the things to get the stars in the original were not approachable. It's like, wow, really? People figured this out? How long did that take them? Probably a long time. And it also was starting to cross into the territory of, and I hate this in puzzle games, where it feels like no one person could ever solve the entire thing. They would have to solve what they can, and then look it up, how to solve what they missed. Because somebody else figured that out, but not what you figured out. So it takes that conversation. I hate that in video games. This has not at all felt like that. Talos Principle also didn't feel like that, except for the stars, but it's like, it's optional, so I can give that a pass. And same with Road to Gehenna with the stars, but it's like, I can give that a pass. Or, you know, somebody who is really dedicated to finding and figuring it all out. But it's like, that's not how I play games, so, and I don't think most people play games that way, so I would still say that can be it's designed so you have to look things up and work together. Anyway, I do need to be stopping. I will add this as an addendum, though, because the end of the previous part was the end of my second major play session. The first one I'm not counting because I didn't get real gameplay in that, but that was, even though it was 2 videos prior to this one, it was a single play session, right? And that I was thinking 2 or 3. I am more comfortably in the 3 category here. It might... Some of that is I am excited because maybe this is what the story... Maybe my guessing for the story is right. I've had several guesses there, so it might be different, but not hugely different. I was right about Miranda being a special kind of new human, essentially, relative to Athena, because the mother thing, so it's... Anyway. But I am more comfortable with 3 at this point because the story seems good and the gameplay has continued to be good. But yeah, the story is actually improving some. It is opening things up. Hopefully that continues. Hopefully it pays off. Which means then it's just they don't tell the story very well. It's like, New Alexandria took me 2 hours to find... No. It didn't take quite that long. The Cornelius and Eustace thing, though, that took like 2 hours. That's nuts. And that is very relevant. So, well, at least it is. So that I would still have to ding it on. I still knew New Alexandria was mentioned before, was explained. It's like, those are problems. Those truly are problems. But that's kind of it. The rest of it I'm okay with. I mean, you have the normal kind of video game conversation issues that are always annoying. You know, the whole, it's like, I picked it's like, well, no, I want to give an answer between these two, but that doesn't exist. Or I actually haven't seen where you pick an answer and it's like, that is not at all what I meant. That hasn't come up, and hopefully it won't, but it could, in theory. Anyway, stopping now, and see you next time when we will head north and do stuff there. Should be fun. See you then.